Top U.S. diplomat Marco Rubio has arrived in Israel after expressing Trump administration's unwavering support for its ally in the war with Hamas. Even as the trip agenda is focused on Israel's latest strikes on Qatar, it is likely that Rubio may raise Israel's West Bank annexation plan with Netanyahu. Now, according to a report by Axios, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio will be discussing the West Bank annexation plan, and this is with, of course, the Israeli Prime Minister in a response to the planned recognition of the State of Palestine by numerous Western countries. The report quotes Israeli and U.S. officials who have suggested that despite Prime Minister Netanyahu's indecisiveness over one such move, he will still seek President Trump's support for the action during the two-day-long meeting. The report suggests that Rubio had signaled in private meetings that he won't oppose the West Bank annexations and the Trump administration won't stand in the way. And this comes on the back of a UN General Assembly meeting on Friday, which endorsed the New York Declaration presented by France and Saudi Arabia, calling for an irreversible path for a Palestinian state. At least 142 countries voted in favor of the declaration, while 10 voted against it. Among them, the US and Israel, and 12 countries abstained. Netanyahu on Thursday evening declared that there would be no Palestinian state while signing an agreement to push ahead with the controversial E1 settlement expansion plan, and that's going to cut across West Bank land. And the settlement in the West Bank is located on the outskirts of Jerusalem, where thousands of new housing units would be added. Now, in the occupied West Bank, Israeli settlers continuously indulge in violence. In August, an incident took place at the Palestinian village of Burqa, where masked arsonists sneaked into the hilltop Palestinian village of Burqa, arriving from the direction of a nearby Israeli settlement. They crept inside a junkyard on the edge of the village. Earlier in the week, Israeli troops encircled the city of Tulkarem in occupied West Bank after Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad (PIJ) claimed responsibility for planting explosives. Troops brought roughly 1,000 people to an open field near a military checkpoint and held them overnight.
They took us out of the pharmacy and made us stand in front of it. I had 3 customers at the time, and their cars were parked outside. They lined us up like that. And my son, Dr. Mohammed Al-Sargali, was with us as well. They made us stand in a line, like a train. There were 7 of us, and they marched us for about 100 meters until we reached the Saraya area. There, they arrested 2 more people, bringing the total number to 9. As we were walking, they would stop anyone they suspected, including people living in the houses on both sides of the street.
In March this year, at least 9 Israeli soldiers had raided the West Bank home of Oscar-winning Palestinian director Basil Adra, looking for his whereabouts, and went through his wife's phone. In the same time, Israeli settlers also attacked his village, injuring 2 of his brothers and 1 cousin. Israel's actions in West Bank are also backed by constant rhetoric from its leadership. Top Israeli ministers have amplified calls for the government to annex the West Bank. The far-right finance minister Bezalel Smotrich yesterday termed the UN declaration a diplomatic attack on Israel and demanded full sovereignty of West Bank. Similarly, Justice Minister Yariv Levin declared that annexation of the territory would be an appropriate Zionist response.